All right, everybody, welcome back to the Blacksmith Podcast where we forge men. Today, we're going to continue on the part four of the Boxabl earnings calls. It is really heating up. If you guys haven't seen the first video, go all the way back to part one. Just look in the videos tab, it'll be there. We're going to get started. This guy right here is the Chief Financial Officer, CFO. If you aren't familiar with these terms, I know people typically know CEO, Chief Executive Officer. Well, this guy handles the money, Chief Financial Officer. And his name, Martin Costa, I believe is his name, Martin Costas. He is the CFO, handles the money. He's answering all the questions. Let's get right to it. Hold on.
But
Sorry about that. Let me back this up real quick. There we go.
Carino said on a webcast that he doesn't care the company makes it. I don't know if he said that. I would say that in general, when you're in a company like our company, what you want to fix first is the top line, and second is your bottom line. You're making money. I would also say that if you strongly believe in the fundamentals of advanced manufacturing, advanced materials, you will quickly realize that there's a huge opportunity on reducing cost. So obviously we're a for-profit company, and we are going to be, pursuing profit. No doubt.
All right, here he talked about fixing the top line, then the bottom line, and basically he said we're a for-profit company. We are not charity. We are not a non-profit organization. I don't really know what the question was because he was laughing all the way through it. I guess it made him giggle.
If you're not in Georgia yet, will you be offering when you get approval? Yeah, the 20K actually is not because it is. Okay, you're saying baby box. Yeah, look, that's a good question, Patrice. In Georgia, you don't need an approval for baby box. Baby box is built to RV code, so you can buy it now. And obviously, we're not delivering yet. We're about to kick off production. The baby box is in the process of approval with the DMP, but you can buy it now. You can reserve one, and we can deliver one to Georgia.
All right, so somebody from Georgia asked him about the baby box. He said the baby box, you don't need a different approval for the baby box. The baby box, if you're not familiar, is the $20,000 option that has wheels on it, and it is built to RV code because of those wheels. Let me see. Where is? It's gonna see if let's see if it shows the baby box. That looks like it. Okay. Well, you know what? I'll show you the baby box a little bit later, but basically it's smaller. It's like a 200 and something square foot home, and it has wheels on it, so it's built to RV code.
Can you talk about your equipment and if you need to design your equipment with all the different type of houses? Yes, so that's a good question also. I wish I would have here Christian, our head of manufacturing. He's coming actually from automotive. A lot of people also, when we speak with stakeholders, they jump into a conclusion that the need of automation is fundamental to the success of the company. When you go and you see the advanced manufacturing history, you will realize that the step number one is having a production line. Your capacity is a multiplier of the stage that you have in your production line. Uh, Actually, in the case of the new product, you can do manual work, which is obviously not cost effective. But if you add a lot of different stage in the production line, you get the benefit compared with traditional construction. In addition to that, we don't hire high qualified employees. So if you go and you see how somebody's building a house with sticks on field traditional construction, they will be using a plumber, they will be using an electrician, they are paying a higher pay rate for those individuals. In a production line, you have an assembling line. So what you do is you teach somebody how to put a plumb. You don't need a plumber. You don't need an electrician. So you have a benefit also in the labor cost because of what I'm explaining. Uh, Also, there is a lot of discussions currently occurring with states that they really are willing to have a factory at those states. A big factor to consider is that today our government is very interested on employment. So we're going to balance the quantity of automation versus the need of hiring people due to potential tax benefits and other benefits that these states are actually offering us. Uh, but again, even though without automation, when you go and you see the cost versus traditional and other modular housing companies that you have out there for the quality of our product, we are extremely competitive.
All right, he actually said a lot there. I don't really know what the question was, but he just said basically they cut labor costs, and this was a gem. If you didn't hear it, he said most homes that are built on a field, you need a plumber to come in, you need an electrician to come in, you need all those crafts, right? And when you have them, you have to actually pay them a lot more money. He said they're not hiring um, masters of the craft like professionals like that. They have an assembly line that has automation in it. So robots that are assembling stuff and putting it together. He said they hire people basically, he didn't say unskilled labor, but he's saying they're not to the quality of these guys with trades. So that's a in my opinion, that's a smooth way of saying we hire unskilled labor and just teach them how the assembly line works so we can pay them less. They cut labor costs, but you know what? They are hiring people, right? And he then said by hiring people, a certain number of people, the state gives them tax breaks. So they're in Vegas, right? So they're in Nevada. So if Nevada says, "Hey, if you come here, put your factory here and you hire at least 200 employees, we'll give you a 10% tax break. If you hire 1,000 employees, we'll give you a 25% tax break." I don't know if these are the numbers, but this is how it works, right? So they'll come there and they'll hire employees to do jobs and pay them wages and stuff because what they're going to save in that tax break is going to be a lot more than what they're paying these employees.
But we'll have a time in place today. I will see my unit. So the timing
Sorry, let's remember too, employees are the most expensive part of a company because it's their hourly wage or salary, right? And it's a 15.3% payroll tax on them. It's their benefits package. If they get laid off, it's unemployment. If they and if they get hurt, it's what you call it? It's workers comp. And then if you do an IRA match, now they're putting money in their retirement account and you're matching it. So employees are expensive, folks.
between you place an order today and you receive your unit will depend on the estate and the land. How is the land today? Where you want to put it? If you have a septic, if you have a cables, if you have a lot of trees that you need to remove. So if you will have, let's say, a land ready, that means you already have a foundation, everything is ready. We can deliver a house tomorrow if you are in the state that you're approved.
Basically, he just talked about the wait list. If you have everything ready for us, we'll deliver it tomorrow if it's approved.
Lisa, you cannot. Well, we can certainly you can contact us and we can send you some places in California. You're going to be able to see casita only. I will recommend you if you can, if you're close to Vegas, to come to Las Vegas and you can see all the products. But in California, if you contact our through our website, we can actually tell you where we have our models or installed houses.
Okay, he's basically saying that they have dealers in California. If you want to know where you can get one now, contact them and their customer service, and their dealers will tell you where in California you can get it. But he also did invite them. So what he said was a big deal. You can see in his background, he's recording this earnings call in the factory in Vegas. That's huge, right? So this is done intentionally. Look at that man's background. You're getting to see a part of the factory right there. And the best part is you can see people walking back and forth, talking and working. So you can see that production is actually happening right behind him. Now, how many companies do an earnings call like that? So it just it makes sense though. It was intentional. And so Vegas. Now, if you're in Vegas and you want to view, if you want a tour, you can actually just show up and they'll give you a tour, or you can schedule a tour if you know you're going to Vegas. You can schedule one and they'll give you one. Either way. So he invited them to come on out.
When can I buy a multi-family product or townhouse type of product? Again, the multi-family and the townhouse is being offered right now, but it is being offered for quantity. So we're asking 50 plus.
Mm. The multifamily and the townhome, he said, now I don't know if he meant, he said it's being offered, but I don't know if he's talking about it 50 plus units or 50 grand. He's got to be talking about 50 plus units because I believe the townhomes and the multifamily, he did say before in the first part of the call when he didn't have the headphones on, he was just reading off all of the numbers that the multifamily was being offered to developers only right now because they are the ones, I'm looking at my notes, they are the ones who are building the tiny home communities. So I believe that is what he's talking about. I'm pretty sure he said that. But nevertheless, we continue.
And the question, Boxabl planning additional patents? Yes, so we continuously file new patents. Indeed, we are right now filing a very confidential patent with which is linked to a very confidential potential contract that we has been working because it's a new product. But yes, every single time that we are creating a product, we do file patents. They will love Las Vegas, yeah, certainly.
Patents.
Recently invested in April 25. My understanding is was the last round where I invested 10K, but seems like should I invest on right? Will new investor be able to invest? So right now, as we speak, I am planning. Somebody's asking that someone invest in April 2025, thinking that it was the last round, and if we are going to reopen. I would like to mention that when you take the decisions, you take it with current information on hand, right? Things may change in the future. Right now, we are closing all the investing opportunities for everybody on June 24th. As I am speaking today, I have no intention to reopen any Reg A or any Reg D in the short term. We are looking for different paths to get liquidity.
All right, so that was big, right? Basically, somebody told him that in April of this year, April of 2025, we're 2 months past that as I'm recording this, It's June 16th, 17th of 2025. So they said they thought that that was the last round of investing, and he straight up told them, "Listen, you don't have all the information when you're reporting it in the future. But as of right now, as I'm recording this, I have no more intentions of allowing, we're not going to open investing back up again for people to invest because after that, and let me see, on Saturday, I had this news of a merger that they were going to do right here. It's special. Let's see if I can remember. I don't remember. It's SPAC, but it's like special something acquisition company. There we go. Special purpose acquisition company, right? They are about to do a merger. So for them, yeah, they won't need to open the rounds up because a company is going to acquire them. So it makes sense. Let's see if I can get one more question in on this video.
Hello, we are closing opportunity. Let me go up again to the very top. So I'm asking a lot of from China made. Yeah, that's a good one also. China made houses. So let me give you a very quickly overview. So basically on the housing industry, you have traditional house that is basically stick frame, inspect on site. Then you have two different type of houses that they are built on a factory. What it is called manufacturing houses, which is HAD. That is a very poor quality house, typically in a steel frame. It's kind of a trailer, and that product does not compete with us because of quality. And then you have modular housing, which is what we do, which performs equally to a stick frame. The idea is the same to build traditional or build modular. The main difference is we get the approval on site versus they get the approval on site versus us on the factory. Uh, China houses that you see, they are more a shell or a shell. Is something similar for what you can see in the parking lot in Home Depot. Basically, the usage for that, which is comparable to Sanctuary, is that you don't need any permitting. You cannot technically live on that. It's not legal to do it. And it can be used for temporary accommodation. So government sometimes they use small boxes for homeless, for emergency response. They are called sleepers, I guess, which are very small footprint type of living space. A sanctuary is going to be 55 square feet, 85 square feet, and 120 square feet, and it will compete in that market. The reality sanctuary is a finished product with flooring, lights. Is beautiful. We're leaking some pictures on social media so you can see them. It's an incoming product, but the Chinese market is struggling with tariff. Is struggling selling those to the government because government don't like to obviously buy made in China. The quality is extremely poor. You're talking about no insulation, nothing. All our product has amazing insulation, and this is a personal opinion. They look fairly ugly. Where
Oh my God. I'm going to stop it right there. This guy's classy, man, but he said it with that smooth accent and everything. Okay, lots to unpack there. Somebody basically asked a very good question about how they intend to compete with the Chinese market and about different types of houses. So he said your traditional house, like what I'm in, is a stick frame house, right? And they get their approval on site once it's built, right? And then he said, then you have a manufactured home, it's a very poor quality home. He said it's basically a trailer. They call it a single wide, they call it a double wide, triple wide, whatever, right? Poor quality materials, right? Stick and modular. they get their modular, he said, is the same quality as a stick frame house, and they get their approval in the factory. Now, here's the thing. He said about China that they have shells that you can basically find at Home Depot. They have sleepers, shells slash sleepers that are not actually fit for living in. And they're actually struggling a lot because of the tariffs. I think he said something about the women don't want to get married or something. But then at the very end, he said in his opinion, he called them ugly. That's all I got for you in this video. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. We're going to finish this out.